I used to believe my marriage was unbreakable. Why do you worry so much? My wife said once. I'm yours. I trust you, I told her. Even when everyone doubts you. My friends warn me. She's distant lately. She's just tired, I replied. Work is hard. Late nights came. Cold replies followed. Who was that? I asked gently. Just a client, she said, turning away. I ignored the tight feeling in my chest. Come home early, I asked. Stop controlling me, she snapped. I stayed quiet. I always stayed quiet. People think silence means weakness. I let her decide everything. Money, plans, even my words. You're lucky to have me, she once said. I know, I answered, meaning it. The night the papers arrived, she didn't look at me. What is this? I asked. Divorce, she said calmly. I already signed. My hands shook, but my voice didn't. When did you decide? When I realized you were holding me back. I wanted to scream. I didn't. I wanted to beg. I didn't. I folded the papers slowly. Inside, something cracked, then hardened. I told myself one thing as she walked away. I will survive this. I breathed slowly and listened to the door close, knowing the man she betrayed was gone and someone colder was finally waking up. That night I stopped being her husband and became my own man. I sat in the courtroom, staring at walls that felt colder than her voice. State your name, the judge said. I answered softly. Then she stood. I fear him, my wife said. He lied, controlled me, threatened me. I looked at her, waiting. She didn't look back. That's not true, I whispered, unheard. Her lawyer smiled. You manipulated her finances, correct? No, I said. So you deny everything? I deny lies. People murmured. The judge frowned. Control your emotions, he warned me. I nodded. Inside my chest burned. Every word she spoke rewrote our life. You were scared, her lawyer continued. Yes, she said quickly. I remembered nights I begged, please talk to me. She once replied, stop being weak. Now she sounded brave. I felt the room turn. Any proof? The judge asked her. My testimony is enough, she replied. She still wouldn't meet my eyes. That hurt more than the lies. I stayed quiet. Silence made them think I was finished. Do you wish to respond? The judge asked. No, I said calmly. They saw defeat. I felt control. Every word she spoke was recorded. Every lie left a trace. I lowered my eyes and reminded myself, I already knew where the truth was buried. I decided to wait, breathe, and endure because patience was my weapon, and her confidence would collapse once the court followed the evidence instead of the performance she trusted too much today alone. I remembered nights before everything broke. You're too careful, my wife used to say. I like being safe, I replied. At work I stayed quiet and watched. Never trust one copy, my old coworker Mark once told me. Why? I asked. Because truth disappears when people want it gone. I laughed back then. Now I don't. I handled documents, backups, emails, and numbers. No one notices you, Mark said. That's power. My wife never noticed. You can't even argue, she once mocked. I thought silence was peace. It was preparation. I kept records without thinking of revenge. What if something happens? I asked Mark. Then you'll still have yourself, he said. Sitting alone, doubt crept in. What if evidence meant nothing? What if courts believed confidence over facts? I heard her voice in my head. You won't win, she said once. My hands shook as I opened the folder. Messages, transfers, dates, everything lined up. I whispered, you forgot who I was. The room felt smaller. Fear didn't leave, but it changed. I wasn't chasing justice anymore. I was holding it. No one else saw it yet. They thought I was cornered. I felt the weight of the truth resting in my hands, steady and real, and I understood the balance had already shifted, quietly, permanently, in my favor. I chose to breathe, wait, and trust that time would force everyone to see what she tried to erase forever today. I let the days pass and said nothing. She's winning, someone whispered behind me. I heard my wife laugh. You see, she said. I told you he'd fold. Her lawyer leaned forward. The evidence supports my client. I clenched my jaw. A friend texted me, why don't you fight back? Because silence is louder, I typed. People pitied me. Some mocked me. He looks broken, I heard. Maybe I did. A clerk muttered, I'm sorry. Another man beside me whispered, stay strong. I nodded. Inside my chest screamed, tell them. And it, destroy her lies. But I asked myself, Am I chasing revenge or justice? I remembered her face. I didn't want to hurt her. I wanted the truth to speak alone. Nights were long. What if I'm wrong? I asked myself. What if truth doesn't matter? The doubt scared me. The calm scared me more. I thought about the man I was becoming. Quiet, patient, dangerous maybe. Was this strength or fear hiding behind calm? I watched her confidence grow each session. I let it happen. I needed her certain. I needed her careless. So the truth could walk in without resistance at the moment. In court, the judge looked down. Do you have anything to submit? He asked. The room went silent. My wife smiled. I stood up slowly. Yes, I said. My voice didn't shake. It's time. I stood and said, I have evidence. The judge nodded. Proceed. I opened the folder. Emails, I said. Dates. Messages. Her lawyer objected. Relevance. Direct, I replied. The screen lit up. Gasps followed. That message was sent at midnight, I said. She said she was afraid. My wife whispered, that's not what it means. Then explain this, I said. Her hands shook. The judge leaned forward. Answer. I can't, she said. Her lawyer flipped pages too fast. These transfers, I continued, came after her claims. Silence spread. Is this accurate? The judge asked. My wife swallowed. I don't remember. I felt pain rise. I also felt relief. You said I controlled you, I said softly. But you controlled the story. She finally looked at me. Her eyes were wide. I didn't know you kept this, she whispered. You never asked, I replied. The judge exhaled. Enough. He tapped the desk. We will take a recess, he said. The room stayed frozen. As everyone stood, she didn't move. She stared at me. Not with pride. Not with anger. With regret. I realized then this wasn't victory. It was the end. She never knew who I was. And I never needed her to. The truth had spoken. And for the first time the courtroom listened. I felt sadness for what we lost, relief for what survived, and calm knowing silence had protected me until truth stepped forward alone without shouting or cruelty. After the recess, everything changed. The judge said, your name is cleared. I exhaled. My lawyer whispered, it's over. Across the room my wife stood alone. No smiles protected her now. She hurried toward me. Please, she said. Can we talk? I replied, here is fine. I didn't mean for this, she said. You meant the lies, I answered. She looked down. I was scared. I was scared too, I said. I loved you. I loved who I thought you were. She reached out. I stepped back. I'm sorry, she said again. I forgive you, I said. Her face lifted with hope. But forgiveness isn't reunion, I continued. She froze. Then what is it? She asked. It's release, I said. People watched. I didn't care. The clerk called names. Reporters waited. My wife whispered, what happens now? You face the truth, I said. And me? I move on. Silence settled. I felt no anger. Only space. I thanked my lawyer. I shook the clerk's hand. Outside the air felt lighter. I walked down the steps alone. My phone buzzed. I ignored it. I didn't need witnesses. Karma had spoken without my voice. Truth had done the work. I straightened my shoulders and kept walking, knowing freedom doesn't come from winning someone back, but from leaving with your name intact, your heart steady, and your future finally yours at last today. I walked away from the courthouse without looking back. A man beside me asked, you okay? I am, I said. Weeks passed. How are you holding up? A friend asked. I'm rebuilding, I replied. What about her? I let go. At night I spoke to myself. You survived, I said. I changed, I answered. Betrayal didn't destroy me. It showed me who I was. I found peace in routine. Coffee? A coworker asked. Yes, I smiled. You seem lighter. I finally am. I stopped waiting for apologies. I stopped replaying lies. Do you miss her? Someone asked. I miss the version I believed in, I said. Silence followed. I learned silence is not weakness. It is space. It is patience. It is power. I didn't celebrate her fall. I accepted my rise. One morning I said aloud, this is my life. No one argued. I paid my bills. I slept deeply. I planned slowly. What's next? My friend asked. Forward, I replied. I carry scars, not chains. I carry lessons, not rage. I didn't win because I hid evidence. I won because I chose myself. I walked into the future steady and calm, knowing my story no longer belonged to betrayal, but to growth, freedom, and a man who finally stood for himself without fear, noise, or regret. I keep moving forward, quietly proud, trusting time, trusting myself, and choosing peace every day without seeking approval or permission from anyone.